Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Afiq bin Mohd Fauzzi, matric number CN190120. So my supervisor is TS Hazli bin Roslan. So today I will present about my presentation for PSM2 with the title is Electrical Power Generator from Renewable Energy Power Sources, Solar, Wind and Hydro Energy, and its application to some electrical equipment controlled using IoT. So in this presentation, it consists of 2 points, which is video presentation and demonstration. So this is the content for this presentation. So the first point is abstract, second introduction, third literature, fourth methodology, fifth result and discussion, sixth conclusion, and lastly is references. Okay, now I will talk about abstract. This research describes the combination of renewable energy, namely solar, wind and hydro energy, which to overcome problems such as weather changes and prolonged cloudy weather. By using only one energy source, then the power produced is very little compared to the combined with other renewable energy. This research will combine the power obtained between solar, wind and hydro energy, and the power will be stored in the battery. Problems such as prolonged rain will make the solar panel will not produce power. As a result, a prototype has been made to counter the problem, which has combined all the equipment of renewable energy such as solar panel, wind turbine and mini hydro generator motor turbine. In addition, the purpose of the study is to design a method for the remote control of electrical equipment by making use of an embedded system and having it controlled via the Internet of Things. Using microcontrollers and Wi-Fi network to mobile phone, control system for various pieces of machinery may be manufactured. For the purpose of controlling the activation of load that is controlled by smartphone, this research will include the usage of ESP32 Wi-Fi as well as a relay. The study also recorded that the power gain depends on the different types of renewable energy. Weather conditions play a very important role throughout the conduct of the study. Alright, right now I will talk about introduction part. In everyday human life, weather conditions are often changing and unpredictable. The use of electrical equipment that expect only one renewable source of power will be ineffective in the event of a daily rainy season or prolonged cloudy. A device that can provide a variable source of power regardless of whether is needed. Therefore, a tool that will be equipped with three types of renewable power sources is made as the purpose of this project. These types of electricity sources are generated from sunlight sources, wind sources, and hydroelectric sources. All the energy generated from these three sources will be combined and make the electrical energy becomes higher and will be stored in a storage battery. A microcontroller equipped with Wi-Fi technology will be programmed and will be controlled using a smartphone, can activate several relays connected to electrical equipment. In other words, the electrical equipment can be remotely controlled using IoT technology. Weather conditions are often changing and unpredictable. Malaysia's weather is hot and humid all year, with tropical rain shower thrown in for good measure, but unpredictable weather will affect the production of electricity using solar panel. Besides that, the problem statement is the usage of fossil fuel to generate electricity can pollute the environment and depletion of ozone occurs. The problem can be curbed by reducing the use of fossil fuel to generate energy and further increase the use of renewable energy. Then, the environment will become cleaner and people can breathe fresh air. And now, we move to the literature part. Basically, a total of 6 titles have been found to be used as a comparison in completing this project. 6 such titles has covered 3 types of renewable energy sources used: solar energy, wind energy and hydro energy. So as we can see right now, table 1 is the table for comparison previous project. So for the previous project one, with the title is a novel of grid hybrid power system comprised of solar, photovoltaic, wind and hydro energy sources. So the finding that I can say is this study is about using three renewable energy as energy sources in Tingen. Besides that, I also found that the system on how the hydro energy sources operate. And then we move to the previous project 2, with the title is solar energy technology. The findings that I can explain is this study more focuses on innovation of solar energy. So from there, uh, I can use for my efficiency in my solar panel. Next, previous project 3 with the title is optimization of the design and manufacture of a solar wind hybrid street light. So the finding that I can say is the goal of the previous project is to make solar wind street light. So from that, the design of the solar wind street light attract me to follow their design. So from there, I have created a little design based on their design. And then next, previous project 4 with the title is electricity generation using solar power. The finding is this project is about solar energy generation by using solar tracking technique. The fifth project with the title is hybrid electricity generation. This study using Arduino Uno to monitor and to store solar energy. So from this previous project 5, I can say that there is a comparison between Arduino Uno and ESP32 that I have used along my experiment for this project. And then the sixth previous project is experimental setup of solar wind hybrid power system interface to grid system. The finding that I can explain is this paper is considering combined generation of electricity by wind and solar energy. And now, as you can see, this is the block diagram in the methodology part. So from the solar panel, it will absorb the solar source, while wind turbine will use wind source to generate power. Meanwhile, hydro source will using the hardware such as mini hydromotor generator turbine to generate electricity. So from the three combined sources, it will go to the solar charge controller. So solar charge controller function is to limit the current that flow inside the solar charge. So from there we can control the input voltage, so to prevent from the overvoltage occurs. And then after that, the current will flow to the rechargeable battery. So the function of rechargeable battery is to store the energy that we have gained. And then we back to the solar charge controller. After solar charge controller, the current will go to the inverter. So inverter function is uh, uh, convert DC voltage DC current to AC current. And then after inverter, ESP32 Wi-Fi and relay will get supply from the USB port of the inverter. At the same time, the home appliance also will get the supply from the inverter, which is the plug of the AC home appliance will connect to the plug in the which is located at the inverter. So to control the ESP32 Wi-Fi, user will using smartphone from a distance to control the AC home appliances. So this is the result and discussion for this project. So as you can see right now, this is the line graph of power sources generated from a combination of three power sources. So the experiment was starting from 6 AM until 7 PM. So as you can see, from 6 AM until 8 AM, the value of power become increased. But as you can see, at 11 AM until 12 AM, the line graph pattern become drastically increase. So at the 12 PM until 3 PM, the voltage value is constant with the value of 8 watt, and then in the afternoon the value of power become decrease. And now we move to the next result, which is time taken to charge battery using combination of 3 power sources. So as you can see at the line graph, it took 14 hours to recharge the battery. So from the combination of solar, wind and hydro, the power will charge the battery. And then this is table 2, activation of load. So from here I can say that during run this experiment, the distance that ESP32 can operate within 100 meter and below. So in 1000 km, the ESP32 cannot operate because it cannot support the long range. So the last one is conclusion. The main objective of electrical power generators from renewable energy power sources, which are solar, wind and hydro, is to combine all these sources of power into a larger source of electricity. The results show that the voltage and current the current generated become larger when compared to the existing source. So the combined resources become large, and thus the process of charging the battery become fast and save time. As well as that, the energy that is generated and applied the obtained energy to some electrical equipment. The power obtained by the system is faster than the usual device. It comes from the 3 renewable energy that was combined to become one device. It also can be used by the component that has high voltage. Along with that, a system that remotely controls the electrical equipment by using an embedded system is controlled by IoT. This will make the system more efficient and easy to use. It can monitor through a phone or other technology that is connected to IoT. The application of IoT can activate the load of the control. This project can be improved in many ways. The tail fin, which changes the direction of the wind turbine and accommodates variation in the approaching wind direction, can be added. This will make the blade rotate faster with the tail fin. The voltage and current generated become larger when compared to the existing source. So the combined resources become large, and thus the process of charging the battery become fast and saves time. So this is the references for the previous project. It consists of 6 references. Okay, I think that's all for video presentation. Next, I will do demonstration for the hardware in the next video. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Memang pada kali ini saya akan melakukan demonstrasi untuk prototype saya. Ini adalah wind turbine, ini adalah solar panel, dan ini adalah mini hydro motor generator. Okay, dan ini ialah solar charge controller. Ini inverter yang digunakan dalam projek ini, yang mana ia berfungsi untuk menukarkan daripada DC current kepada AC current. Ini adalah relay dan ini adalah ESP32 Wi-Fi, rechargeable battery, dan ini adalah load. Daripada gabungan tenaga tersebut akan disalurkan kepada solar charge controller. Dan solar charge controller berfungsi untuk mengawal elektrik yang masuk, dan seterusnya kalon tersebut akan disalurkan kepada bateri. Jadi daripada bateri tersebut dia akan memberi tekanan kepada inverter. Inverter tersebut akan memberi supply kepada lampu ini. Baiklah, saya akan melakukan
Instruksi untuk menghidupkan lampu ini dengan menggunakan smartphone. Okey, baiklah, itu saja daripada saya.